There is a lot of variety among the flowers of the Satsuki Azalea. Even in the Edo area, many different kinds of azalea flowers were developed through hybridizing different types. Now, there are more than 1,000 different kinds which are officially registered. The colors or shapes of the flowers are various. This is a most attractive point about the Satsuki azaleas. To cultivate the Satsuki Azalea as a bonsai, the size of the flowers should be medium or small, and the colors should not be too vivid. Flowers which have a graceful character are preferred for bonsai. Also, the leaves should be relatively small, and shiny leaves are best. Look at this bonsai's strong root system and very stable, upright stance. The root systems which support the trunk, and also the beauty of the trunk itself, are necessary elements for the beauty of the bonsai. For bonsai, it is best if the flowers are not in full bloom. The time when about 70% of them are open is the best time for viewing the plant. The shape of the tree and the pot are harmonized very well, and this makes the bonsai look better. This bonsai has a very good root system, and the trunk stands up from it very well. The trunk is twisted, and it gives you a certain favorable atmosphere. The branches are well balanced and have a completeness about them, right out to the tip of each one. The order of the branches and the spacing between them show good balance. Also, the length and thickness of the branches against the trunk show good balance. The Satsuki Azalea has a special character which other plants don't share. It's called Art of the Flower. Art of the flower is how the colors of the flowers on the same tree change variously. To cultivate the Satsuki Azalea into bonsai, white is the main color for the bottom of the flower, topped by other colors, or double-colored flowers are also favored by cultivators. They can be gorgeous within the art of the flower, but they should be graceful as well. This kahor has red and white flowers which are nicely balanced. To keep this balance, you have to control the art of the flower through arranging the tree yourself. While the flowers are blooming, let's mark which ones are red to help your memory. When the flower's blooms are almost finished, let's pick the flowers. The timing for picking flowers comes after the flowers have become small, after their full bloom. The most important thing is to pick the flower part completely from the plant. To pinch the new buds, which start growing in spring, and to cut the buds which are left, are important for keeping the proper shape of the tree. Leave the ones which are horizontally set, and cut off the others. Now 2 buds and 2 leaves are left. Let's try it one more time. First, pinch the buds. So now there are only 2 buds left. Up to here is last year's branch. From here is this year's branch. Let's also make this a 2-bud, 2-leaf side.
ですから、これが2目残って、それでこれで2葉残しっていうのは、2目でもまあ3葉でもいいわけですね。これで2目2葉残しになったわけなんですね、この枝がね。はい。
Now we are looking at branches from the back side. Between the tip of the big branch and the small branch, you can see a new bud. Use the new bud which grows in the middle of the branch and cut the tip of the old branch, making it shorter. Even with the 2 buds, 2 leaves system, there are many ways to do this. You have to think about the shape of the whole tree and then decide which buds to cut and which to leave. If you want to make branches stronger and make the leaf system bigger, don't cut the buds, just let them grow.
わけですね。ですからこの枝を第一に、作るわけなんですけど、この枝の下にこう小さな芽がありますよね。これは枝の下になりますから、これはそれでこれを当然こう先伸ばすんですけど、この上に立ってるやつはこう当然また芽を描いて、下向きのも描いて、だいたい2本ぐらいにするわけですね。それで極端にこう力をつけたい場合は目先をまだ止めなくて、このままこう伸ばした状態にしておけばいいわけですね。
Next is how to cut buds on a completed tree. With a tree like this, you can leave these buds and remove the buds on the tip of the branch to avoid making the shape of the tree bigger. For example, in this case, cut the tip from this old leaf.
この古っ端のところでこう枝を止めるわけなんですね。ですからこのから先はみんな切っちゃうわけなんですね。それここは芽がまだ出てないですからいいんですけど。
Similarly, a branch which doesn't have many shoots you can remove completely. new buds will grow from the place where an old branch has been removed. This is after completely cutting new buds. When you cut buds, you should do it right after you have picked the flowers. If you finish cutting the buds in June, then there will be more flowers next year. The Satsuki Azalea, even as a young tree, if you leave it for 2 or 3 years without arranging it, will get out of shape. The tips of the branches are crowded. The tree increases in size. However, there aren't any small branches near the trunk. First of all, let's cut the unnecessary branches. Then, make a new top. Remove the dead branches, and also remove some from the very crowded places. The branches which have grown too long need to be cut. The important thing is, leave branches in such a way as to form a fan shape. Only after you have finished arranging the small branches can you see that the whole tree has a reason. The skill of wiring involves holding the wire and the branch in your left hand to secure it. Then, do wiring with your right hand, as if you are surrounding the branches.
これはとにかく左側で針金とこう枝を押さえてね、針金がこうくるっと回らないように左手はとにかくしっかり持つってことですね。それで右手である程度 枝をこう取り囲むように針金をこう巻いていくってことですよね。
The Satsuki Azalea is fragile, so you must be very careful when handling it. The time for wiring is best at the beginning of the fall to the beginning of the spring, but you can also do it after the blooming time. If you wrap the wire around the thick branch first, and then wind it around the smaller branches, then the wiring job will be very secure. It is important that you use just one wire to do two different branches at the same time. One example of bad wiring shows how the wires have been crossed. This should not happen. They should be apart.
交差して巻いたりですね、そういうことのないようにですね、やっぱりある程度例えば
If you wire like this first, then your next wiring should go along with it, but not cross over it.
かけていけばですね、綺麗になるわけですね。
After you finish wiring, arrange the form of the small branches. From the joint of the branch to the middle is downward, and the tip of the branch is upward. This is a point of skillful accomplishment. Next, we will make a new top for the tree. When you form a new top for the Satsuki Azalea, you need to leave more branches than with other kinds of trees. If you cut away too much around the top, the tree will lose its vitality. Then, please observe how to make a proper top. If you are going to make a shape like this tree's, please leave the option open for changing the shape again. On the right, we see the tree before arranging. The left shows the tree after wiring. This is a cascade-shaped Satsuki Azalea. The lowest hanging part is too strong, and so the flow of form from the trunk is not good. Therefore, I will alter the shape. When you alter the shape, it is very important to consider where the front of the tree will be. Let's rotate the pot and see the tree from every possible angle. Let's look for the view where the trunk looks the most beautiful. How about putting the trunk a little higher and changing the top and making this lower branch the lowest one? In this case, you can only use a few lower branches. If you try to use the small front branches, other thick branches won't be necessary. Remove unnecessary branches. First of all, remove the branches furthest forward. Next, also remove the branches on the top. There is a small bud near the trunk, so leave this bud but cut the branch. Now the trunk has become more stable. Supposedly, this will be the front, and so cut the branches here. Let's cut this branch to make it the front branch. The base of the tree, and the tree's highest point, should be in a straight, vertical line, and then the tree will have proper balance.
と、木がバランスが取れてくるわけですね。
Through proper cultivation, you can fill in these empty, uninteresting spaces. Because of this angle, the space looks shorter.
それをカバーするためにここをちょっと引きたり上げると、目の錯覚でしょうけど、それがいくらかカバーできてくるわけなんですね。
Cut the small branches more. On the screen, you are seeing this being done in fast motion.
Not to cut this much to get it. まとまった感じになってますよね。別にそんなあちこち針金かけたりなんかしなくても、この枝をですね生かすためにですね、この裏の方がまずします。
The remaining end you should cut again, using the wire cutters, being careful not to damage the bark.
とりあえずこれ止めておくわけですね。こちらの傷が深がってからこっちをまたもうちょっと切り直すって感じですね。そうすると正面から見て煩雑さがなくなりましたよね。それとあとこの頭のこれですね、少し残してありますけど、それももう一回切り直します。
When you cut branches, you shouldn't cut everything away all at once. You should cut back to a point, just before the point where you want it removed, and then remove the rest later.
この頭を立て替えたこの枝ですね。
When you cultivate the Satsuki Azalea, you should not cut the branches on the top, unlike other bonsai trees, because the tree will lose strength if you do.
どんどん力を抜いてくるわけなんです。
Please watch how to change the top of the plant through wiring. This is done in fast motion. Please compare these before and after shots of the tree. The after picture shows more rhythm, and the stance of the tree is stronger. This bonsai was changed about 10 years ago. It used to be twice as high as it is now. So, it was cut in the middle, and a bud was used on its side. The small, lowest branches now grow to the left and right. When you are arranging branches, you must forget about seeing flowers for some time. You You must concentrate only on making new branches.
でその間にだいたい裏枝としてところどころにこう枝付きはまあ
Next, I'll explain the points behind creating small branches.
まあだいたい枝の芯を
Imagine where the center of the branch will be, and then cut branches. Cut the branches to make the whole tree fan-shaped.
この枝をもう少しこうまっすぐに持っていく場合ですね、今度はこことこれがちょっと近くなりすぎるんですね。ですからこれをある程度こう外して、でこの2本をこっちへこう持ってくればいいことですよね。そうすればここがこうちょっと込み入んないわけですよね。ですからこれをこう外して
Cut the tips of the branches.
でこうくれば枝先は素直になるわけですね。走ってますよね、こうですね。
If strong branches cross each other, then the harmony of the bonsai is broken.
素直になることもありますよね。これがないからですね。スー来てるとちょっと不自然なので。
If the center of the branch is snaking, and also the smaller branches are snaking as well, then the tree looks more beautiful. When you want to make a snaking effect in the shape of the branches, you must ring them like this.
両手である程度、これが上下ならこういうことですよね。左右ならこういうことで、その要領を枝に持っていくわけですね。
The main branch flies and undulates like a wave. This is the sign of true rhythm.
こう枝がこう主枝がずっとこう右へ流れて、こう上下にこう波打ってですね、起伏がありますよね。こうそうしますとその枝のこの流れっていうのが弾みっていうのが出てきますよね。
This tree used to be a bonsai, but then was planted in a garden. Let's dig it out and cultivate a bonsai once again. First of all, let's think about where the front will be. Here, the root system is good, and the tree has a good stance. However, it is too big for bonsai. So, cut branches and make it shorter. Supposedly, here is the front. And now decide the top. Then, cut the branch above the lump. After making this glutinous cut on the lump, it takes a long time to give it treatment. If you remove this glutinous part, you can see the original skin of the tree. I marked the branches to make sure which will be kept or removed. The branches with the white mark will be kept. The branches which will be kept are the ones which come out from the winding part of the trunk. To develop capillary roots, wash out the old soil. If the old soil is left, the roots might become rotten, and the tree won't get enough water from the soil. Also wash the trunk. It is good for keeping the tree healthy, and it helps new bud growth. These roots are not necessary, so cut them. Also, cut the roots directly under the trunk as well as the strong roots. Block the drainage hole with insect netting. Also, put wire through to fix the tree in place. Flip the tree upside down and put soil and mountain moss among the roots. It helps prevent spaces being made when you plant the tree. Put rough soil up to the 1/3 high level in the pot. When you put in the soil, you must make the center higher. Place the tree in the pot, become familiar with the soil placement, and then decide the tree's final position. Put a bamboo spit between the roots. Using the lever action, fix the tree using the wire from the bottom of the pot. Using your fingers, make sure the soil is settled properly.